break or throw it away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know I won't bend, break or throw it away. Every moment's one more chance to stand up or get in the way. So when I go, I want the world to know I was alive. I was alive. I want the world to know I was alive. I was alive. I want the world to know.
Hello YouTube and welcome to Portland, site to race number 19 of season number 4 of the NRSL Reebok Truck Series. Joining me in the booth as always is Stephen Pollard III.
Hello guys.
And no, your eyes do not deceive you, as on the front row today is Sam Young, and starting on pole due to the fact that he is higher in points than Sam Young on a tiebreak is Kev Shear. Max Anderson and Elijah Gilbert will make up row number 2. William Brock and Jack James row 3. Chris Wilson and Cole Deaver row 4. And Zach Flickinger and Bafode Sacco in row number 5. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand it over to Steven.
Well, last time I called comments the race of Portland, the whole field died. So we'll see what happens here today. RJ's starting 39th, and he is currently the points leader. So I'm looking for Kev and maybe Elijah Gilbert starting on the front row, since we're at the road course and the field usually gets spread out. So we look for those two to pull away and gain a lot of points on RJ. And we could see someone in the back of the field make their way up there, as I'm going to go Kev Shear for the win of this race.
That's probably a safe pick on the pole. Usually road courses, that's how it goes. Either way. Points coming into play, RJ Reynolds with a 26-point gap over John Irvin coming in, the two Toyotas on top. Tom Shelley is the top Chevy in points with an 85 back in third. Kev Shear is 88 back, and Sky Commons is the top Dodge 105 back, as here comes the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Dylan Young is the top Ford in points, 113 points back. Chris Louvier is 7th, 122 back. Elijah Gilbert, 139 points back in 8th. And those are the only 8 trucks who can leave here as the points leader. Preston Plord could leave here in a tie with RJ Reynolds, but Reynolds with 4 wins would have the tiebreaker over Plord with 1 win. And the rest of the top 10 is Jonathan Zorline, actually, is the only other guy in the top 10. 2 wild cards coming into play today are Joshua Hyatt and Steve Pollard. Drivers with a win that are trying to move their way into that. William Brock, Max Anderson, Alexander Rowe, Jessica Shelton. As we are green for the Flex Seal 150.
Well, it looks like Kev got a horrible start.
Yeah, he did, because Sam Young is going to lead into turn number 1.
And this is where the craziness might start. Max Anderson, the Daytona winner, like we always mentioned, try to pass the Kev.
Yeah, and it still holds that is his only top 5 of the year, is that Daytona win.
Yes, as actually Kev on the back bumper of the 6th.
Yep, and right now not able to get there. He's trying to look around the outside there. As I was also going to mention Delon Ebery. Oh wait, well, we got problems. Alexander Rowe is around.
And there goes the whole field.
That's Card Pollard. Samet Ozkan is around. Delon Ebrahimian. Shelton is stopped behind it.
Wow, everybody's on the brakes. That's amazing.
Steve Pollard back here. He had to stop. Alexander Rowe is still in the grass. James Shelley, Vince Amarego are on pit lane, so they've had problems.
And Kev is trying to get alongside the 6.
Now down this long front straightaway. A lot of engine power basically being the top thing here.
As Kevin, the 6 of Stam are just pulling away from the field.
Yeah, basically. Well, I was going to try and mention Delon Ebrahimian and Kyle Matthews trying to move their way into the top 30 to where they could actually use their wins on the season. Kyle Matthews, the most recent winner, last time out at Kentucky.
That means Kyle has to finish higher than 38th in points for once.
Yeah, it would. Or at least he'd have to be higher than 38th by the Richmond race. As Elijah Gilbert's out on the grass, he's going to lose a spot to William Brock. Maybe even to Zach Flickinger here.
That wreck is also going to benefit Steve Pollard and not Steve Pollard, sorry, RJ Reynolds in the 09 car. He was in the back. We think he cleared the wreck.
Well, he definitely got around it. I don't know if he really cleared it.
And here we go, battle for the lead.
Yep. Well, same battle for the lead as there's Alexander Rowe. He's had more issues. Well,
actually,
we found RJ. And we've had another wreck, Steve Pollard, Jonathan Zorline.
Well, it looks like what happened there. Zorline spun.
Oh,
Steve Pollard hit
God.
Oh, God. Looks like Steve Pollard clowned his...
Trevor Germain's on pit lane, and Card Pollard is in the pit wall.
For the love of Christ. He's just a card.
Yeah. So that's happened, and so typical Portland craziness is already ensuing.
I'm having Hooters flashbacks.
Zach Flickinger out on the grass. Here comes Jack James now.
Good battle down the inside. Well, that's gonna... Well, okay, Rowe is officially out.
Yeah, Rowe's already retired. He's taking his truck behind the wall. So that was the 26th place driver in points and one of the drivers with a win so far this season. And they don't really want to mess with that grass too much.
No, you do not. And Sam Young, he has had 3 top 5s and 3 top 10s. So this would be a 4th. As Florida is going to... Oh, boy.
So worth mentioning, pit lane speed for this race is 200 miles an hour. So that is why Preston was able to be at 110 coming off pit lane.
Well, it also avoids the wrecks, too.
Yeah. And so Card Pollard, Jonathan Zorline, Steve Pollard already out of the race.
I think Steve brought the SS truck, so it kind of took it out of the misery.
Vince Almarego, James Shelley also retiring from the race already.
Man, Norm Benning's going to need a new budget after this race.
And it looks like Preston, Preston might be off the pace a little bit in that 24 truck.
Preston might get turned pretty soon from holding up the field.
He might. Anderson clears. Brock now is going to try and move his way past.
Whoa, this is going to get tight.
Anderson's liking that grass again. Gilbert's out on the grass.
Here comes Seth. Remember, Seth hasn't had a top 5 this season trying to get up there.
Yes, correct. I was trying to remember if Seth was the driver without a top 5 or a driver without a DNF. Sam Young, John Irvin are the only 2 without a DNF this season now.
So right now, it looks like Kev would possibly take the points lead if this place shakes out how it is right now.
It might. RJ Reynolds is still in the back, but still running.
And very shocking, because RJ won 2 road course races this year, not performing to the standards they expect.
Reynolds is 33rd, but you know what? It's in a safety spot, too. So if he can just keep all 4 tires on the track the rest of the day, he'll pick up spots as people fall out. James Qualls has damage. Binky's in the top 25 right now.
The hell is coming close.
I mean, she got a top 5 at Ricky, so...
Well, that race should have never been uploaded then.
Cole Deaver's out on the grass.
So everybody coming here. Chris Wilson in 8th. I think Wilson's pretty low in the points. Yes, he is.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that 5 truck's not gone too well this season either. Yeah, Florida's definitely down on straight line speed.
Well, for sure, Sam Young and Kev Shear have got the best cars. 4-second gap to 3rd.
Yeah. Zachary Fitzwater back here trying to pass the 32 truck as Binky lost a couple spots that lap.
And, you know, all the guys in this race right now are helping them out for the road course racing coming out Lime Rock and Barber, so they're getting experience for those races.
Amanda Shelley's back here. She was actually one of the drivers trying to move her way into the top 10 in points if she could run well.
This is not going to work.
3 wide at Portland, okay. And Amanda Shelley's going to be the big loser on that one.
And I think she's going to get a whole bunch. No, she does not.
RJ Reynolds is going to pick up a spot now out of that. That's 3 points.
So here comes Zach after a below 40th place finish there. Here he comes.
Yep, Flickinger trying to rebound with the top 5. He's 31st in points coming in.
I think Brock had a good run. I don't remember Brock finished.
Brock was top 10 at Kentucky.
Yes, definitely backing up his run in the 18. It's been a struggling season for Brock. No, it has not. You won a race.
He's won a race, but only five top 10s, which is nothing to complain about, but only 2 top 5s. So it's been an up and down year, but I mean, what can you really expect from a rookie season? So.
Well, the 18 is closing up on Kev. I've noticed that.
Yeah, it was a little bit quicker that last time by, about 2/10 quicker. Actually, then also the race leader, Sam Young.
Yeah, so Sam Young might be tired.
But here comes Flickinger. Trying to pass him again. Someone just retired out of the race. That would have been Sabrina Rogers or Delana Bohemian.
That's another tough break for them. Got a lot of replays to go through.
Sabrina Rogers was 41st in points, 110 points ahead of Binky Louvier.
That gap might be a little low after this one.
That gap is definitely going to be a little bit lower because Binky Louvier is still out on track.
And ignoring Portland, she might still have a chance to win.
Yeah, might. Elijah Gilbert right now running in 6th. Let's look.
Seth has got 3 spots to go.
Yep. Thing is, just looking at this, think about this. Sam Young is 11th in points. Gilbert's up here. He was 8th. But Plord is a lap down in 9th. Zorline was out of the race already in 37th. This is going to be a day where it looks like someone's going to move into the top 10 in points. Just a matter of who it's going to be. As Jack James now makes the move on Elijah Gilbert once again.
Gilbert's been falling back in the field.
Actually, those two just really have been inseparable today as Flickinger makes the move on Brock once again.
As they're catching Cav, but the gap to Sam Young is now 2.7 seconds.
Yes, it is. In fact, actually, first and third ran very identical laps the last time by.
I think they're definitely going to get up to Kev. I don't think they're going to catch Sam Young, though.
Who knows? Crazier things have happened at Portland.
Yes, I can tell. If Sam Young decides to pit, maybe.
Maybe. Flickinger, is he going to be out on the grass? No, he stays out. Keeps all 4 tires on the pavement.
Max Anderson running 5th. He was running 5th at Kentucky last week, faded to 12th. So let's see if he can stay in that position and get another top 5.
Dylan Young looks to be a little bit off pace, so he might have been out on the grass. He was last scored 14th, currently runs in 15th.
Sky Commons started 22nd up to 14th right now. Not bad for Commons. He's one of the guys trying to catch RJ in points.
Yep. Irvin's going to have 2 wheels out on the grass, so nothing too terrible there. And Chris Wilson, Seth Cole battling once again.
As actually they have caught the rear bumper of Kev Shear.
Yes, they have.
And the gap is now 3 seconds and 80 seconds. 380.
3.8 second lead as Flickinger now is going to be able to definitely keep all 4 wheels on the pavement. He clears for 3rd.
Let's see if Flickinger can pass Kev. He's going to have 4 laps, but he's going to have to be blistering.
He'll have 5 actually. We're on 6 to go right now. If he can pass him quickly.
He'll have to run the most blistering laps of his career.
You never know. Tom Shelley back here. Binky Louvier continues to fall back through the field.
Yeah, not really. Hyatt having a bad run. RJ passing him, or trying to pass over Scon here.
As Osborne's out on the grass.
Oh, little contact there. Stephen Paul, 3rd start, 42nd. He's up to 27.
He's got damage on the rear bumper of his... Actually, no, he doesn't. Never mind. It's kind of has damage on the back end of his truck.
I think that was from RJ just shoving the crap out of him in the corner.
Actually, 30 was involved in one of the incidents as on the opening lap there, I think.
Hyatt, Hyatt is another guy they do not want to see fall below in the points. As right here comes the move.
Well, Hyatt's already outside the top 10 right now as contact between the 9 and the 00.
Kev might get turned.
He might. Max Anderson has actually passed William Brock for 4th.
Good job for Max Anderson.
trying to get his first top 5 since Daytona, the opening round.
I mean, Max has been struggling in the Cup Series too, so Max needs a shot in the arm or something.
Yes, something.
Baranowski's in 10th, another guy who's been in the Cup Series, running 10th right now.
As now Brock comes back at Anderson.
As they were trying to be side by side right
now. There are 4 laps to go for Sam Young.
Yeah, that gap is just growing. No, actually they gained.
They closed in a little bit, but they almost need to gain a second a lap now.
Here comes Brock, the coconut
and
truck.
Anderson's trying to keep all 4 tires on the pavement.
It's good old classic side. I like this good old side-by-side racing. Whoa, it's going to get interesting. Well, the outside's definitely not going to work.
Nope, and that might open the door for Gilbert here to get a run. As Kev now has found another gear almost in his truck, he's starting to gap the 9 truck.
He definitely got the Creole under the tires for sure.
Nice. As now Jack James makes the move on Elijah Gilbert once again. These two have been inseparable since the green flag.
And look at Seth trying. He can feel that top 5. He just needs to get a little more speed.
Well, right now that top 5 lies in the position with Max Anderson.
Baranowskis and Irvin battling for the top 10 back here.
Yep. So it looks like Baranowskis is going to maybe have to concede that to John Irvin.
Baranowskis, he only has 3 top 10s this year, and 2 of them in top 5s.
4 top 10s for Baranowskis, actually. I think you're looking at Ebrahimian.
I can't read. As everybody kind of single filing out right now, but there'll be a few battles to the end of this race.
Plus, that final corner is just inviting to a move every single time, no matter what. So
true. As here comes 9-2 of Anderson.
Anderson proving my point.
Whoa!
Oh, Brock's out wide.
That's gonna be a killer right there.
2 to go for Sam Young. He is on cruise control right now.
Cruise control. He could take a nap and still win this race.
Meanwhile, Gilbert now trying to repass the 13.
Brock might be under pressure from the 13 of...
By the end of this, yeah, he might.
13, who drives?
That is Jack James, who is 25th in points coming into this one, looking for his 5th top 10 of the year and what would be his 3rd top 5 if he can find a way past the 18 truck.
Yes, he might get there. Flickinger's still trying to pressure right there. I think we got a pretty good... I just lost my mic. God damn it.
Whoops. I'm still hearing you, so...
what I was going to say, it looks like the top 10 look like they're where they're going to finish, but if anything can happen here at Portland, trust me.
Yeah, and right now we actually have not had anyone hit that wall that I know of, but I'm willing to bet Alexander Rowe did. As the white flag is out for Sam Young, can Zach Flickinger make the move on the 00 truck as John Irvin's making the move for 10th?
Sky Collins continues to move through the field. Kyle Matthews is not running last, but a solid top 15 after his win.
Yep, that's definitely going to help them move up the field.
Now, Irvin has his preferred groove. He did not want to be the outside anywhere here at Portland.
Or at least not on the outside line. But remember that if he doesn't clear the 17, this line will become the outside line for the next corner.
And
that's about the one corner, I think, on this entire track where the outside line isn't too bad.
And the 88's going to get it.
So move Irvin to 10th. Flickinger apparently went off somewhere.
Him and Kev were battling pretty hard. I don't think Flickinger's too happy. But off the final corner, what a dominating performance from Sam Young.
Through the final corner, he started second on a tiebreak, but he wanted to prove it wasn't a fluke, and he did. Sam Young will win the Flex Seal 150.
And move into the top 10 in points.
Kev is going to hang on to second, I think. Baranowski's trying to make the move back on Irvin. Not going to quite get there, as Irvin will take home the final spot in the top 10.
Anderson finally gets another top 5 finish.
His first since Daytona. Jessica Shelton there's going to come across the line in 17th.
Let's see if Osborne gets the position on Randolph, I believe.
RJ Reynolds actually going to finish in the top 25.
Binky falls back to the back as Johnny's going to pass, I believe, RJ on the last lap.
He might have, yeah.
Stephen Paul went off at one point. He fell behind this.
That's going to be 30th. So he actually passed Louvier on the final lap.
Tom Shelley last. That's going to kill him in points.
32nd of 33 because Plourd actually was a lap down.
What a job by Sam Young. That 16. They had a fourth place last week, and now it's good momentum this week.
So kind of saw it on the screen there, but the top 10: Sam Young, Kev Shear, Zach Flickinger. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I forgot about this part.
Victory Donuts.
So yeah, so this is a thing. I forgot about this. Everyone dies.
It's just what is this, Twilight?
Sure. Qualls, okay. Tim Randolph. Actually, I think at this point everyone... Well, okay, Ozcon maybe not. Looks like everyone's going to maybe make it there. Nope, Fitzwater.
Of course, Fitzwater does it, and Steve Paul III is going to hit them.
That's Reynolds. And he's got damage to the left side of his truck, actually. And Louvier.
And for good measure. And for more good measure.
Alright, so yeah, so that's it. With that, let's go ahead and take a look back at some of the incidents that happened over the course of the race and then get some final thoughts. Well, here's what happened to Almarego and James Shelley. Alger Baranowskis was 3 wide with them, and Shelley's just in the middle. He's got nowhere to go at all.
That was never going to work. And then
they just got stuck. They just get stuck together here, and somehow they just both drove each other into there.
2 tires up in the air for the force, Shelley.
Yep, hard hit there, and let's take a look at the next one. Unfortunately, this is about the best camera angle I think we've got of this one, but also on lap 1, Card Pollard going to make some contact with Bafode Sacco, and right into Alexander Rowe they go, and they will save it here. But Rowe makes some contact with the 31 again, and then across the track.
And then when we got the whole field coming, it never ends well.
And then it's Samed Ozkan who gets turned behind him.
And then the 10 and the 75 never get off each other.
No, they don't. Oh, yeah, and then we also had Amanda Shelley gets turned back there. We'll take a look at that in a moment.
It's actually James Qualls.
I see the 7. It was the blue truck there. Looks like that's Jessica Shelton, actually, that turns the 30 around.
Ebrahimium, he doesn't get hit. And then
Kyle actually... Yeah, Kyle actually gets through that.
But Card Pollard to screw Alexander Rowe. A little unhappy tempers right there.
Sky Commons also hit the 10, so...
Yeah. And then Qualls going around in the back. Someone dumped Qualls.
Well, this is going to be another thing where we don't really have the best of camera angles. This is going to be the best one right here.
Yeah, we couldn't afford it. As it looks like the 7 is going
7 just goes off track and coming back on it. Johnny Gardner actually makes contact with last week's winner, Kyle Matthews, and then turns him right into Qualls. So.
Yeah, Matthews at the 20 with nowhere to go, but they save it and they continue driving.
Yep. And it wasn't a good day for the points leader either. Here's what happened for him. Preston Plourd makes some contact with the 68 and gets pinched, and around goes RJ Reynolds.
Well, that's what happened to RJ. That's where I got a little bit of damage from, but that's not what the points leader wanted to see.
It actually doesn't get damage there, surprisingly enough. Not at least the same damage that we saw on his truck at the end of the race. But I believe the reason why we're actually looking at that is I believe we saw Rowe with a lot more damage, and There's one of two possibilities in my mind of what it was. I'm just a matter of which one it was.
Let's see.
I think
This
that
is
basically proves which one it was. Yep.
Alexander Rowe is not be running the two-truck car at Barber now.
Well, he's got a week at least in between there, so.
A lot of no lights in a hospital visit.
So let's take a look at the next one. And in figuring out what happened to Steve Pollard, here's how Jonathan Zorline's day came to a smashing end.
I see what you did there, Charles.
The engine goes up in smoke, and then the car comes to rest out of the groove, at least somewhat out of the groove. It's out of the main groove, we'll give him that credit. And along comes, not that red truck, but that red truck.
Steve Pollard got his windshield from Arca, apparently.
And Tom Shelley and Preston Plord also making contact there.
Well, the 57 kept going, so he must have done the famous pit wall.
Why was the 7?
Pollard saved Preston Plord right there.
Yeah, why was Card Pollard coming to pit lane? I'm kind of curious on this.
That's a good question. I do not know why Card Pollard was pitting.
Oh, you know what? The truck's slow right there already. Was he slow as well?
Doesn't look like. Maybe he got turned in the back of the field.
Well, he's definitely off the pace right there.
Well, Norm Benning's going to have a rough week in the finance department.
So, looked like something mechanical might have been going wrong with the 75, and that might explain why they were going to pit lane there. But unfortunately, a rookie mistake from Card Pollard puts him behind the wall.
And I believe Steve Pollard met the same fate because he kept going after that plow.
Well, let's double check. I mean, his truck's already smoking there, so.
Let's see. Steve Pollard make it to pit road, and the verdict says
no.
No.
And let's take a look at what. Let's take a look at what happened to Trevor Germain.
End of the pit wall.
What was that?
Both Norm Benning trucks hit the end of the pit wall.
Yep. Well, remember I mentioned that no one to my knowledge had hit this one infamous wall? Well,
Charles's driver decided to say, screw it.
Trevor Germain found that wall.
Well, he only had a few more feet and he would have missed it.
Yeah, in that direction. And it was a little bit more than a few.
And there's Steve Pollard hitting the pit wall again.
That's Card Pollard.
And if we wait a few more seconds, another truck is going to hit the pit wall.
Here's what happened to end Sabrina Rogers' night or day. Trying to battle with Cole Deaver here. And what's going to happen between these two?
Well, it looks like Sabrina.
Oh, Baranowskis turns the 3 and turns it into a kamikaze effort there.
And that looked like the Canadian Tire finish.
And, I mean, there's nothing Cole Deaver could have done there. He gets turned by Baranowskis in the 17.
Now the one must hit the pit wall. Now they're stuck, I think.
Yeah, they're stuck because they get towed from there. Now...
Actually, no, they're actually going.
Here comes Ebrahimian right there.
And then... And
oh, does Binky... Oh!
Did we just... Wow, that was... We got...
Oh, and then watching the back, though. Watching the back. Because you'll see a truck enter the screen. Ebrahimian.
Oh, I thought it was Norm Benning truck.
No, not quite. Now, as mentioned, something happened to Hyatt. So let's try and figure out... We'll try and figure out what that was. If nothing actually happened, then we'll just bring you back for the results. Well, so we did find at least something because before the truck was actually back there, was running 16th and then spins himself out off of the 40 truck. And
not too much. Nice spin. Just a little sip. Oh my God,
Johnny, nice save. So with that, we're gonna still check make sure there wasn't anything else with Hyatt because his truck seemed to be way off the pace after this, so not sure why. Well, Cole Deaver can't blame Alger Baranowskis for this one. This was his own doing here. Goes underneath Louvier, at least to driver's right, makes contact with the 40, and up onto the curb they go, and around they will go in the final corner.
Amazingly, they did not destroy the trucks worse than they did.
Yeah, especially considering where Louvier's at on the track.
Louvier's going to somehow miss the wall.
Yeah,
There's
a lot
cars
of
back
people
there.
would have, a lot of people who would have been in that scenario would have actually hit that wall, in all honesty. So, great job there by Louvier. Peculiar moment after the race here between Alex Perkle and RJ Reynolds.
Looks like a brake check. This is just like the 2007 IndyCar race in Kentucky, and that's right as RJ does an incredible job to hit the wall.
Yeah, that's where the damage to the left side of RJ Reynolds' truck came from.
That might result in a points penalty.
No, it's not. Can confirm. That's whatever happens with the drivers after the race, that happens. It's
We'll let the stewards. Let's stick with the stewards. What is this, F1?
yeah, basically. With that though, that is it for this one. I'll hand it over to Steven for his final thoughts.
My final thoughts is the race. I thought the point that the leader of the race would pull away, and that's what definitely happened. It was a good race. At least every car, at least this went a lot better than the last Portland race I was at. We're going to be in like 3 different states in the next few weeks with Japan, Lime Rock, and Connecticut, and Alabama. And during this
I
recording,
love how you're saying that. Right now, so I'll be honest and just break fourth wall at least somewhat on this. The plan is still that Japan actually is before this, but
Okay. But anyways, what I like to mention at the time of this recording, I like to wish everybody a happy Easter if you're celebrate Easter, and have a good day.
yeah, very much so. Happy Easter to everyone that was celebrating, as this one would have gone out either a week or 2 weeks after the holiday. Didn't actually take Easter weekend entirely off as we had Kentucky go up that weekend. But congrats to Sam Young on the victory. We'll probably move him into the top 10 in points, at least I would assume so. He was 11th going in. Kev Shear, Zach Flickinger, Max Anderson, his first top 5 since Daytona. William Brock, Jack James, Elijah Gilbert, Seth Cole, Chris Wilson, and John Irvin, the top 10 here today. Oh, sorry. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. I'm Gordon Fan1. This has been a production of the NRSL. I'll see you guys next time.
I'll see you guys.